this is Paul from the Tank Modeler channel with update on my 1/16 Tiger from Tamiya, the display model, not the radio control version, even though it still has all the gubbins inside for the actual mechanical moving of it, but rather than with no electronics. Anyway, just to say that I've got a bit further. I'm going to be doing possibly 2 or 3 little updates in this video. We're stopping it and freezing it and going up to the next view, so you can see everything. It's a heavy old vehicle. I've actually got the metal tracks on in place. This is purely a test fit with the road wheels to make sure I get the right sort of sag that I want along the side, and which I've got now. And it definitely shows the way that Alto Carriases and 501s, some of 501's Tigers had the front outer road wheel removed. It looks really really nice the way it's going. Obviously it's all this is the only bit's been painted in the colour at the moment, basic colour. So anyway, so let's get on with it. So what I've had to do is done quite a bit more photo etch in front. I've got the grills and that. You'll see that later on. I mean, you might just be able to see the grills just over here now, just over, oops, wrong end. The grills are in place, so they're on there because now the body is actually now skewed down to the top hole, and that's good. I've actually, inside the turret, I've put glued a white plate in it, so when I'm doing the painting underneath, I can actually turn the vehicle out and rest it on the actual upside down, so I can deal with it. Because I've done the photo, all the Mr. Surface has been put around all the edges now, and the front and the sides and the back was already done, as you know. I've got to do a little plate underneath the front. Obviously with it sitting this way I can't do that, so I need to do all the Mr. Surface all behind here as well, all the way along, to give it that texture. There's also a bit of Mr. Surface is going to go on the top plate as well, at the front end, round bits and pieces of the engine the actual main plate, to give it that texture, because it has. I've looked at the photographs of the Tiger, and it was definitely slightly textured with the old rolling effect as they get, so it gets a bit of a bumpy look. So that I'm really happy with that. Now the photo etch grenade launchers along the side. There's 2 on the other side, just like the Tiger has. These I had to hand make, and I'll take a photograph of them and show you what I mean. But you actually had to hand make. But the reason is the photo etch tubes, which are not tubes when you get it, they're actually flat pieces of photo etch. No problem making rolling them and getting them into position, which it took a little while. I got all of them done, but as soon as I went to solder them to the actual metal brackets to do, they kept falling apart, and that was the issue. I had that, so perhaps my soldering technique isn't quite up to it. But anyway, so I decided to give it a go making the thing. So I used the actual photo etch parts for the grenade launchers as a template, and made the same things in plastic. And to be quite honest, I'm really happy. I used the photo etch nuts and bolts that go all around the bits and pieces, and I've even got the little backs run with a hole in it at the back behind one of these, which you'll see when I do a photograph at the end of this and put it in a slideshow at the end. And also got the little clip inside the tube that's the retainer, so when they push the grenade into the tube, it's got a retaining clip that's inside there, and they've all got their little retaining clips from photo etch inside. So once I paint it, I don't think you're going to notice the difference whether it was a photo etch part or not. Not that it matters. To me it looks quite good, considering it's the first time I've done quite so much really fiddly scratch building for a while. The clips for the side cable are all in place except for 3. You can see 2 dots there. There's another dot of Mr. Surface went over it, but I know where it is anyway. I've got to make them out of plastic card, and I can show you what I've done. I've already given me an idea of how to make it, because the photo etch is so thin and flimsy, it just wouldn't work for me. So what I've done is this. I'm starting with my little clip. You can't see there's 2 holes there. I can explain that when I've actually finished it, but I've got to make 3 of those to fit on the side here, and I've still got to do the actual cleaning rods and clips that hold onto here. All the tools are actually built, as you know, made up, ready to go. I'm going to most probably paint them off the tank and then put them on after. My hatches are now in place, as you can see, and basically I've still got a bit of photo etch to put in those, including the top one. So there's still got some photo etch to go in the hatches. So and I'll explain that bit from a top angle. If I might be able to turn the vehicle around a little bit so you can see what I mean by the front. Front's that Mr. Surface been on. There we go. So screw that. There you are. I think you can see there. Hopefully, yes, I think you can see. Yeah. So I've put the Mr. Surface all over the front, down this front plate as well. These hooks can go back on now because it's dry. I'll put them on there while I'm running the camera. There we go, because that goes on the outside. Does it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but it doesn't matter which way I go, because I can put them back around the right way afterwards. There we go. Let me sit there like that. There you go. So that's it. So basically, and I don't lose them as well. So I've got to do a bit more. All the Mr. Service all down the inside, like I said earlier on. The gun's in place. The clips are on the front of the hole, and you can see they're actually still working now. They're actually workable ones, and I think you can see that by the fact I'm moving it around. They're both workables, and so ready I can decide whether I want to put the shovel on the front or not. So that's okay. The actual headlights, or the actual front headlights, are actually on there. I've actually put them on there. They're not glued, just to test fit to make sure it's okay. I want to put the photo etching on them and all to give them a bit more of a 3D effect. So that'll be done. The turret really now sits lovely, and it rotates beautifully on the ball bearings that they've got in there. So that's not really nice. The back, this does go up and down, obviously, and down. I do like that particular position, so that's where it's go. So everything's coming along nicely. You can see the things on the other side. What I'm going to do in a minute, I'm just going to put this back as it was, because it's sitting a bit precariously off the front of the bench here. Put that back there, and now I'm going to go to a different angle and show you from the top. So I'll see you in a minute. Be back shortly. Hi, it's Paul again, back again with the old TIGER1. This is a different angle, as you can see, looking down on the engine stroke. And I've turned the turret slightly so you can see the bit more of the back. You can see all the photo etches in place, everything's there. It's coming along nicely. It's beginning to get a bit busy on the old Tiger now, which is what you want it to be. There's still photo etch for me to do. That's what's slowing me down, is the photo etch. I've got some more to do in these hatches, because these hatches all open up, and just to show you they do open up. And there's some photo etch bits I want to put around there that can add extra detail, plus the periscopes have got to be built up for that, and the same with this one, that goes there. And it'd be easy for me to put them in situ with the hatches in place, so that's why I've done it. This, as I said, this top plate is now in place. It's very secure. It makes for easy running this turret and all. It's levelled it all off. As you can see, the headlights are in place. I think I've already said that, but they're in place. The smoke is discharged. I think you can see a better angle now from them. There's 5 in total on the Tiger, 3 on the actual driver's side, and only 2 on the actual the gunner's side, the radio operator and gunner's side, the barrel machine gun side. The reason for that is there's an aerial, as you know, I've got it laying down on my bench over there. It goes in situ over there, and that's the only thing. That's why they couldn't put another grenade launcher there, and that's the reason for it. What else is there? As you can see, it's all black inside. That's why you can't see anything. I did spray everything inside black. What else is there? That's really it, really. Oh no, there is. I'll close my hatch again, because they do close up quite nicely. Switch around. You can see the white plates there. Now they're actually the bin, and you can see I've actually opened and bin up on both sides, obviously, not just one. I've attached it there. There's a few more bits to put on the bin. I've actually got to put some support strap underneath, and some of them have supports here. Now this one particular doesn't, but it will have a support underneath that you won't be able to see once it's built, but it will be there to actually support the bin itself. But I actually fixed this up. There was photo edge for that part, and to be honest, it just looked too thin and flimsy, and it just didn't go on. So what I did is I made my own up, and actually punched some 4 bolts to actually hold it in place. And it looks the part when you look at the vehicle in photographs. That is quite a substantial little bolt on there. It's not as flat as what they made it, because it would have to be quite strong to retain the bin in place. So that's that. So that's that. Now I may be using a photo etch set for the doors. I only built them because I was building these bits and pieces and the grenade launchers. So I decided to actually make the actual bin doors. But I have got photo etch ones to build up, and hopefully I'll be able to do those quite nicely. So I think that's about it really for this update. As you can see, I've got quite a bit of photo etch in place now, the photo etch grills, and the ones on the front. As you can see, these are workable. I don't know if you can just see that, just move there, but it does work. There you go, it's put back to closed position. So I may or may not put a shovel in here just to prove it. There's a shovel, and they will fit nicely in there. Some people have got, some Tigers have got a shovel like that in photographs, and some have got it like that. I think that's the most common one because it doesn't interfere with the barrel machine gun. Right then, I think I'll call that quits on this update now. There will be a few photographs to follow, close-up views of the things I've done and bits and pieces to show you. And the back you've seen before, and that hasn't altered yet at all. So now I've got Mr. Surface, I said, all the way around except for the sides, which I want to do underneath. I've got a slightly bigger brush to do that, because I was using a small brush so I could keep the pattern the same, that texture quite fine. I've got to do the top, and also the side round of the turret as well. Give that a bit of machining, and it takes a while to do this stuff. It really does, because it's my brush is quite small and I'm dabbing away. Right, thank you very much, and I'll catch you on the next video. Look out for the few photographs. There ain't going to be many, but there'll be some photographs following this video. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye. Happy modelling.